Mark is an owner of Office Supply Solutions, and he's been that owner of that particular business for 14 years. And he organizes quarterly networkathons. And his great love is the boss of him and Office Supply Solutions, his 2.5-year-old daughter, Amberly. So let's all welcome Mark as he shares his expertise. Sorry, Karen.
Okay, so first of all, I've got the most exciting slides ever. They're retyping because that's my tech knowledge. Everybody, I'm Mark Brimer, and we're going to talk about networking and running your business better. So, starting a business, getting into networking. I mean, get your name out, right? The exciting thing is you meet customers. You open the door, you want the business to run smoothly. They're going to come in droves because you open your door, right?
Yeah.
I had one person one time say to me, well, I put up a website and nobody came to me. I'm like, shocking. Why do you think that is? Well, I don't know. I'm a good lawyer. I go, that's great, but how are they going to find you? So it was kind of interesting because, I'm great. It's me. Of course they're going to come, right? No, they're not. Okay. So business growth is happening. It was exciting. You get some new customers, things are starting to happen, you're getting excited, you got work to do, and things are going great, I'm networking, and I root for new customers, but wait a second. It's 5 o'clock. I still have 2 hours of work to do. How can I network anymore? I got stuff to do. How does this work? I mean, look at it. 2 hours of work to go, it's 5 p.m. I don't know how this day's gonna go any better because, gosh, I'm almost too busy to network. I've got all this business, it's really exciting. Everything's going on, all this networking brought me all this business. Now people know who I am. This is exciting stuff, right, folks? Right? We're not just sitting here going, oh, what if the phone works? Let me call from my cell phone and see if the office line rings. So of course, it's time to stop networking, right? Because you got work to get done. I mean, maybe your to-do list is too long at this point. I mean, gosh, I barely keep up. Why would I put networking if I had so much to do? I mean, I want to go do this hobby. I've got my family. Of course, I need all this free time. I mean, I'm a business owner. Why would I want to work so hard? Why are you laughing? But guess what? Warning, buckle up. Your roller coaster ride is about to begin. Keep your hand inside the coaster at all times. This is where it gets exciting. Just remember, your bank account is about to go down. Because sharp curves ahead. The reason why is when you stop networking, guess what happens? The loop-de-loop starts coming in when you least expect it. And you know what happens? Your flow of business isn't what it was because you stopped networking. So what do? That slide is essentially like for dramatic effect. Okay. Training. Who needs that? So has anyone here ever been either a competitive runner, swimmer, or softball or baseball player? Raise your hand. Anybody? A couple people, or you've maybe seen athletics before? Maybe sponsors? Take care. You'll watch Karen, you don't know, hurt yourself, okay. So here's the thing. These people have trained really hard to get to that master time they want, that PR, personal record, whether it be running a distance race, swimming a certain distance, swimming, getting a batting average in baseball or softball. I'll say, man, if I can only hit 333, one of every three times a bat, I'm gonna get a hit. Or I would love to run that quarter mile in under 50 seconds, win the lap around the track, whatever that is, because again, it can change over time. But then guess what? You're not going to the cages that you're gonna hit. Your batting average has changed. What happened? I mean, I got there, right? I did. But networking is the same way. Don't quit. You can't stop. Balance, but try not to fall, which is very hard because you have to balance the work you're doing, your life, and your networking. Because if any of those fall, things aren't working well. So don't stop networking. Maybe scale it back a little bit. Maybe instead of going to a ton of events, maybe go, okay, I'm gonna focus my time on a couple different events. Or I'm gonna focus my time on a little more strategic, sit-down one-to-one meetings, like Richard was talking about. Because here's the thing, networking and volume is great, but when you start getting to work, you have to figure out where you can cut time. Have networking slots or networking times available. I mean, I'm the first one to tell people who know me, my networking times are 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. It doesn't work for everybody, but you know what? I have a busy day that starts, goes, and never stops. So if you want to buy me a steak lunch, I'd be flattered, and I love steak, but unfortunately, that's just an unlimited time frame for lunch just doesn't work in my schedule because I have current customers who need me. I have current things going on that I have to take care of in the day, and if I do that, I'm gonna drop the ball. Heck, the ball might get kicked down the street around the corner, I might lose it. So we gotta be very careful. Okay, so the question is, how many new customers do you need a month? A financial advisor, sir, Jason, how many? Oh,
Jeremy,
I'm sorry, I didn't do that, Jeremy. How many, if you got 15 new accounts in a month, could you handle it?
Yeah, that'd be a busy month.
But it'd be tough, wouldn't it?
It would be tough.
But if you got 3, would that work too? Would that be
Yeah.
manageable?
Absolutely.
Like in my world, if I got 3 new accounts in a month, I'd be in big trouble. I need a lot more than that because my transactions are a lot smaller. Our average order size is under $300 per order. My guess is if someone invests with you, they might spend a little more than $300 with you and move that a little more than that, a couple zeros after that.
Typically, yes.
You're hoping, right?
Yes.
So when you're looking at networking, you have to look at what is the value of the sale and how many of those sales do you need in a month or quarter, whatever your metric is, to be successful. They're different for all of us. So you gotta kind of know your numbers and it takes time to figure that out. I know that if I fill my networking slots, which are 2 a day on average, I'm gonna end up with at least 2, if not 4 new accounts per week. Some small, some big. I mean, like I went to about last night, I picked up 3 new accounts. That's what it was. I mean, I pick up any more the rest of the week. You never know until you show up, right? Find key referral partners. Participate in a couple different groups. With the key referral partners, find their people who actually are going to business and doing business with the same people you are. Like in my world, I sell office supplies, a lot more. But I want people who are working business to business. People that are, let's say, selling signs, credit card processors, people like that who are constantly in front of my customers and just need that one more question. By the way, where do you get, I see you have an Office Max box. They're sitting there with paper. Would you like a local person to help you out? My friend Mark over here, I was hoping to say that, is the person I'd love to have you just talk to for 2 minutes. Because if you talk to Mark, I know that he's gonna do a great job for you. Also, what it does for that person is now they've tied all of us together. So every time that customer thinks of ordering office supplies from me, they think of the person who connected us. So it makes you more visible and more top of mind. We're gonna talk about here in a second. Okay? And remember, only networking works when you're visible. Because the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize is you're more visible than you realize. Ron, I'm gonna ask you, when's the last time you saw me? Ballpark.
About a month ago,
A month ago.
I think, yeah.
You sure?
It's kind of been long.
I'm gonna say about 4 months.
Yeah.
So we cross paths, again, we network in
We
different,
feel each other,
yes, we do.
we're in this end.
We network in different circles, but periodically we run into each other. Richard, other than here, how often do I see you?
It being an IRSS.
Yeah, so I would say 10 other times a year on average. So we're visible to each other. Sherry, when's the last time I saw you?
A few years ago, I haven't seen you. It's my fault.
Oh, I don't know about that, but hopefully I'm skinnier and bigger muscles since you saw me last. Remember that, okay. Still the red shirt. Now, the whole point is this. You can't be visible to everybody, but you need to figure out who you need to be visible to because you're more invisible than you realize and they can't see you, think about you, they can't refer you or use you as a client. So it's one of those things that you have to make sure that you're out there in the right circles around the right people and connecting people. Same thing that Richard said, because again, when you connect somebody for a referral, you're connected to that person. When you're connected to that person, other people think of you when you're not even in the room. And I do my best to make sure I'm connected to thousands of people. Like Richard said, an average person knows 150. I'll say confidently I've got 2,000 people on my bench. And a lot of you in the room are part of my bench, if not all of you. That way, if someone comes in and says, I need A, I've got an I need A, this, that, or the other. Because again, that then ties me to that person. And I'm top of mind, I get random people calling me saying, hey Mark, I remember you introduced me to so-and-so. By the way, do you carry printer cartridges for Hewlett Packard? I sure do. Do you carry toilet paper? We'll have it to you today. So that's the whole thing, is the more people you can connect to and connect each other to, the more you're top of mind. So, other than just networking in general, what other benefits can networking help with? You get service providers. Maybe you need a new CPA, a new credit card processor. Maybe you need, I don't know, a lawyer, whatever it might be. You can build trust by having one-to-one and learning who people are, what they stand for, and this will allow you to strengthen your business and the resources around you. Number two, another way to keep your customers happy, ask for their biggest challenges. I'll never forget this random call. I was just following up with a construction company. Called them once a month, said, "How's things going?" The response, I wasn't ready for it. She said, "I'm having the worst day ever." I go, "Why are you having the worst day ever? What's going on?" She goes, "I cannot get shirts for my employees. This person has canceled on me 3 times. I am so frustrated." My response, "I can solve that." She goes, "You can? But wait, you don't do shirts." I go, "Wait, do you know somebody?" I go, "I sure do." She goes, "Can I have their name and number?" You know what I said? "Nope." I said, "If they want your business, they'll call you." She goes, "Okay, are they gonna call me?" I said, "I guarantee they're not gonna call you if we're still on the phone." I said, "Why don't you hang up? Go on, hang up. And let's see what happens." Hung up, picked up, was on the phone with the person I was gonna refer her to within 10 seconds. I said, "Are you working at your desk?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Write down this phone number right now. Call this number and ask for this person and tell her you're there to help her with shirts. Don't wait 2 seconds, call now." Hung up on them. They called this person. 20 minutes later, after having a conversation, this customer might call back and goes, "I'm so thankful you called. Thank you so much." She goes, "I don't know how you pulled it off." I go, "Because you're important to me. Have a great day." And I hung up on her. Why? Because I wanted her to think about what I just did. I just became not her office supply person, but her business consultant. She knows to come to me for anything she needs when she's having a rough day, which includes the services of everyone here and in other rooms that I'm in, and the people I meet networking. So how can you help people, like Richard said, completely unrelated to what you do? Also, additional resources for busy times of year. Like for instance, I have a friend who's a florist. Guess what? Valentine's Day might be a little busy for her, so she has to pull in people from all over to make deliveries. Or let's say you have a bigger job than normal that you only need certain skilled people. Like let's say I had a massive furniture job, like one of you, this is a direct ask of all of you, need 40 pieces of furniture delivered next week to your office, so I'll raise your hand when you're ready for that. I don't have the staff right in a second to do that, but if I do teams of 2, one person knowing exactly what they're doing and a helper who can hold things in place, that gives me expandability to get everything done and make sure the quality is what we provide. So, the reality is, networking can be great, but it's a double-edged sword. Make sure you're holding the handle and not the sword.
That's good.
Very good.